Are you guys confused about which defender to pick or to buy in 2024 that are in meta and which are best for solo ranking? Don't worry, in this video I will show you top 10 best defender which are in meta, so you don't have to waste your coin on wrong Pokemon. Not only that, I will also show you their best build, battle item and boost emblem with the guideline. By the way, every week I upload a guide video on Pokemon Unite, so make sure to subscribe to my channel so you can get more this type of Unite content. Now, without wasting any time, let's begin the video. In the number 10, we have Greedent. Greedent is one of the Pokemon which has really good mobility as well as the defense. Despite of being a defender, still Greedent has a decent amount of damage. Because of his good mobility and sustainability, he can easily go in the backline of the opposing Pokemon and give trouble to the damage dealer of opposing Pokemon. It is super hard to kill Greedent because of the healing ability he has. If you don't have a brush damage Pokemon in your team, you just can't kill Greedent unless you have a stun Pokemon to stop Greedent, and most of the player uses Greedent to invade the enemy jungle because, as I have mentioned, Greedent has really good mobility as well as the healing ability. That is why it is super hard to kill Greedent, especially in the early game. And about the best moveset for Greedent, I personally prepare Bullet Seed and Stuff Cheek, because with Bullet Seed you can deal decent amount of damage, and with Cheek Stuff your healing ability improves a lot. And for the battle item, you can either take Egg Speed or Eject button. And here's the boost emblem for Greedent. In the number 9, we have the sleepy boy Snorlax. Snorlax is one of the Pokemon which has really great defense. He can take lots of damage and still survive in a team fight. That is why Snorlax is always being used as a frontliner. The survivability rate of Snorlax is way too high, especially with his Unite move. He can easily take the damage of 3 or 4 Pokemon very easily with his Unite move. This is the reason that sometimes Snorlax is also being picked in the professional tournament. They usually use Snorlax to mark the damage dealer of opposing Pokemon or to invade the enemy jungle. And about the best moveset for Snorlax, all the moveset of Snorlax are good. If you want to deal damage with Snorlax, you can use Spell Attack with Yawn. With these two moveset, you can deal decent amount of damage, but you have to use Attack Health item in these two moveset, or else you won't be able to deal much damage. But if you want to play Snorlax as a full defender mode, you should definitely take Heavy Slam and Block. With these two moveset, you can either protect your own teammate or mark the damage dealer of opposing Pokemon. And about the build for Snorlax, you can use this build for Pell and Yawn so you can deal damage, and these two build for Heavy Slam and Block. It will massively increase the defense strength of Snorlax. And here's the boost emblem for Snorlax. In the number 8, we have Mamoswine. Mamoswine is one of the Pokemon which has highest amount of stun. Mamoswine can stun with his first move, second move and with his Unite move. Not only that, he can also freeze the enemy with his basic attack. This is why Mamoswine is one of the best Pokemon in terms of protecting their own teammates, because Mamoswine can easily stun the Speedster or any Pokemon that is trying to kill the damage dealer. And the damage and the defense of Mamoswine is also quite good. One thing I love most about the Mamoswine is he is really strong in the early game. Mamoswine can deal decent amount of damage, and defense is also quite strong even though if it is early game. And about the best moveset for Mamoswine, I personally prepare Ice Fang with high horsepower. With Ice Fang, you can literally stun the Pokemon and throw him backward or forward, and with high horsepower you can push the enemy anywhere you want. This move is really useful to protect your teammates from the opposing Pokemon. And here's the build for Mamoswine. For the battle item, always use Eject button. And here's the boost emblem for our Mamoswine. In the number 7, we have Goodra. Goodra is one of the Pokemon which has the damage, the mobility and most importantly the durability. He is one of the Pokemon which has the highest amount of survivability rate in Pokemon Unite. The regen effect of Goodra is way too high. Because of that, no one can kill Goodra in 1 vs 1. Not only that, Goodra can even survive in 1 vs 5 situation, and if Goodra uses his Unite move, it almost becomes impossible to kill him. The only way to kill Gudra is first you must have a Pokemon which has lots of stun, and secondly you need a Pokemon which can deal burst damage, or else you can't kill Gudra with the basic attack. This is the reason that most of the player uses Gudra as a all-rounder. One thing I love most about the Gudra is his passive ability called Gui. Because of this passive, Gudra don't even need to go in the base. With this passive, Gudra can recover HP for 3 seconds, and the cooldown of this passive is very low, which is only 12 seconds. About the best moveset for Gudra, it is Dragon Pulse and Acid Spray. With Dragon Pulse, you can deal damage and regain lots of HP, and Acid Spray will help you to reduce their defense and slow them down. For the build, you can use this build on Gudra. About the battle item, you can either take X speed or full heal, and here's the boost emblem for our Goopy Gudra. In the number 6, we have the Scizor guy Crustle. Crustle is one of the defender which has very high mobility as well as the damage, and the defense of Crustle is also quite decent. In master rank, usually Crustle is not being used as a defender. Most of the player uses Crustle as a damage dealer in place of all-rounder, because Crustle has very high mobility. That is why Crustle can easily go in the backline of the opposing Pokemon and take down the damage dealer. The amount of damage that Crustle deals is way too high. He has the potential damage to one-shot the squishy Pokemon very easily. This is why Crustle is super scary. As I have mentioned earlier, the mobility of the Crustle is very high. That is the reason why most of the player uses Crustle as a goal scorer. After scoring the goal, Crustle can easily run away from the enemy. It is super hard to catch Crustle because of his good mobility. About the best moveset for Crustle, it is Shell Smash and X Scissor. The Shell Smash greatly enhances the movement speed of Crustle by 4.5 seconds, and while activating Shell Smash, Crustle becomes unstoppable for 0.8 seconds. And with X Scissor, you can literally one-shot the squishy Pokemon. And here's the build for our Scizor boy Crustle. For the battle item, always take X speed so that no one can catch you. And here's the boost emblem for our Crustle. In the number 5, we have the Blue Ninja Turtle Blastoise. Blastoise is one of the defender which has very high damage, the durability and the mobility. Most of the players does not use Blastoise as a defender. They uses him as a damage dealer in place of all-rounder, because Blastoise has very high mobility as well as the damage. That is why he can go in the backline of the opposing Pokemon and kill the damage dealer. Blastoise is also being picked in the professional tournament as a all-rounder. And to play Blastoise is quite easy. You don't need lots of practice to master him. If you are new in Pokemon Unite and looking for a strong defender, I would definitely suggest you to play Blastoise. The power spike of the Blastoise comes when he reaches level 7, so make sure to play passively in the early game. And after reaching level 7, you can play super aggressive if you want. Well, about the best moveset for Blastoise, all the moveset of Blastoise are good. If you want to play Blastoise as a defender, take Hydro Pump and Surf. But if you want to play Blastoise as a damage dealer, take Water Spot and Rapid Spin. And here's the build for Blastoise. This build is for Water Spot and Rapid Speed, and this build is for Hydro Pump and Surf. For the battle item, you can either take X Speed or Eject button. And here's the boost emblem for Blastoise. In the number 4, we have the Black Kitty Umbreon. Umbreon is one of the defender which does not deal much amount of damage. Even though Umbreon look very slim and skinny, but the durability of Umbreon is very high. He can take lots of damage and still survive. The main role of the defender is to take damage and protect your own teammate. This is why Umbreon is really a great defender. He can heal and protect their own teammates and also take lots of damage from the opposing Pokemon. And if you use his Unite move properly, you can stun all the opposing Pokemon. Even in the early game, Umbreon has a very high durability. His power spike comes when he reaches only level 6. This is why Umbreon is really a reliable defender. About the best moveset for Umbreon, well, all the moveset of Umbreon are good. You can either use Foul Play with Snarl or Minlook with Wish, or you can also use Minlook and Snarl. It's totally depend upon your playstyle, but I personally use Minlook and Snarl. And here's the build for Umbreon. For the battle item, you can take Eject button, and this is the boost emblem for our Black Kitty Umbreon. In the number 3, we have the psychic guy Slowbro. Slowbro is one of the defender which has massive amount of durability. He can take lots of damage and still survive because of the regen ability he has. The recovering ability of Slowbro is so good that he don't even need to go in the base to recover HP. That is the reason why Slowbro is one of the most reliable defender in terms of sustaining in a team fight. It is almost impossible to kill Slowbro unless you have a very high damage dealer Pokemon. That is why Slowbro is one of the most prepared defender in professional tournaments. What I love most about the Slowbro is his Unite move. This is what makes him so special. With his Unite move, he can literally grab any Pokemon and stun them for few seconds. Not only that, with his Unite move, he deals lots of damage, especially to the squishy Pokemon. And if you are playing Slowbro, make sure to use your Unite move on damage dealer Pokemon. About the best moveset for Slowbro, all the moveset of Slowbro is good, but I personally prefer Surf and Amnesia. The Surf move is really useful in a team fight. It will help you to stun the opposing Pokemon, and Amnesia will help you to recover HP and sustain more efficiently in a team fight. These are the build for Slowbro. For the battle item, you can take eject button, and here's the boost emblem for Slowbro. In the number 2, we have the tree guy Trevenant. Trevenant is one of the Pokemon which has the highest amount of stun. Once you get stun from him, you won't even get a chance to move. It is super hard to escape from the stun of Trevenant. This is why Trevenant is nightmare for melee attacker Pokemon. Trevenant is one of the best defender in terms of protecting the ally Pokemon. He can protect the ally Pokemon very efficiently because of the stun he has. About the best moveset for Trevenant, I personally prepare Hood Hammer and Horn Leech. With Hood Hammer, you can stun the opposing Pokemon 2 times in an area. Same goes for the Horn Leech. And here's the build for Trevenant. For the battle item, you can take eject button. And here's the boost emblem for Trevenant. In the number 1, we have none other than Lapras. Lapras is one of the defender which is all in one. He can deal damage, he can stun the Pokemon, he has a good mobility and a great durability. Because of all of these things, Lapras is open pick in professional tournaments. Despite of being a defender, still Lapras can deal up to 100k damage in a match. Lapras has the potential to carry the entire game by himself. He can literally change the trajectory of the match. The Unite move of Lapras is what makes him so special. With the Unite move, Lapras moves like a car and he can also carry a teammate. Because of this, Lapras can rotate the lane super fast. Especially if there is any fight going on, Lapras can easily reach in no time and help the team. And to master Lapras is very easy. You don't need lots of practice to master him properly. And if you are new in Pokemon Unite and looking for a strong defender Pokemon, I would definitely suggest you to play Lapras. About the best moveset for Lapras, well, all the moveset of Lapras are good, but I personally prefer Perish Song and Ice Beam. These two moveset are my favorite moveset for Lapras. And here's the build for Lapras. For the battle item, always take X speed. And here's the boost emblem for Lapras. That's it for today, guys. And if this video was helpful for you, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel.
With